Hey everybody, welcome back to George Does Stuff, the worst knife review channel in all of YouTube. Let me immediately prove that by not looking at the camera as I speak. So first of all, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, and not just my subscribers, the people that watch my channel. I very much appreciate you guys, and I can't thank you all enough. I really enjoy what I'm doing. Although there's been a little lag here, I've been having some personal issues, mostly along the line of employment, but that problem has fixed itself, which is good. But the only reason why I'm shooting this little intro is we're making a return to a knife, a Microtech knife. And I want to preface this by saying I love Microtech. I love all the Microtechs I've ever had, with the exception of this model. Fortunately, this model is actually discontinued. It is the Microtech Bravo Mini, which is arguably the best looking knife in my knife collection, but there are so many flaws with this knife. I understand why it's discontinued, and we're going to get into that now. So I just want to send out a quick thank you to everybody. I appreciate everybody watching my channel. I love the people that subscribe to my channel. I love you. I never ask for subscribers, so if you don't want to subscribe, I get it. I don't know why anybody would, but I'm very thankful for those of you who do. I'm super thankful for the people who reach out to me in the comments. I have got comments from people from all over the country, in the UK and Russia, which it blows my mind that people all over the world are watching this. Really, I mean, you could watch paint dry. It'd be more fun. Anyway, let's go out to review, and thanks again to everybody. We're going to get on it. Hey everybody, welcome back to George Does Stuff, the worst knife review channel on YouTube, a moniker that, it's true. As is evidenced by the fact that I can't even fill the screen. Yeah, let's zoom in a little bit. Maybe we'll look a little bit more professional. He said jokingly. All right, cool. So today I'm experimenting with my lighting a little bit. I moved it. It used to be in front of me. Now it's coming from over there, but hopefully it looks good. The subject of today is this knife right here. This is the SOCOM Elite Bravo Mini. And let me tell you, first of all, I honestly believe this is the most attractive knife in my collection. And I have quite a few knives, but nothing I think really compares to this as far as looks. I mean, the titanium mixed with the carbon fiber, the blue anodization of the pivot collar, the blade, the shape of the blade, the design of the blade. I mean, everything about this knife just screams awesomeness. And so this is in no way a way to take this out on a Microtech. Microtech is still one of my favorite knife companies, but this knife is a disaster. There's just no other way to put it. There are several problems with this knife. And this is my second one. You guys may have seen, I have another video, I'll maybe link it somewhere in here. I had just a clip point, and I traded that in. Blade HQ was more than gracious. They very quickly processed my return. They credited my account. I immediately took that credit, bought this. I'm sure I'm well outside the window to return it. I don't think I'm going to return it, even if I could, because it's a great looking knife, but there's a lot of problems here. And a lot of people have kind of got my back on this in the comments, and I appreciate everybody who said something. The detent on this knife is a train wreck. It is so hard to get this knife open. It's an absolute design flaw. It's not. I thought when I exchanged this that when I exchanged the previous one for this, that maybe that knife had a particular problem, but from other people who've reached out to me who've had this knife, they said no, it's a design issue. It has nothing to do with any individual knives. And another thing that a lot of people say is that if you're right-handed, that your fingers get on the frame lock, and that affects the detent and makes it harder to open. What I have actually found on this, and I think it's kind of an interesting point, I have a lot of knives with thumb studs, and every knife that I have with a thumb stud, the idea when you deploy it is you push this way. You push perpendicular to the handle. So 99.99% of thumb stud knives that I own, you push basically what I would call up, or you push, again, perpendicular to the handle. And so if you take this knife and you push perpendicular to the handle, it's not going, that's got to be like 8-9 pounds of force, and this knife is not going anywhere. What I found, and even this is kind of misguided because this is kind of hinting as what you need to do. This knife, to get it open, you have to push up. You have to push parallel to the handle, which is kind of counterintuitive. When you have a knife in your hand, you really don't want to push to move the knife out of your hand. You want to push it this way so you have a firm grip when it opens. So if I take this knife, and I actually have to do a little swing, but if I do a little swinging motion and push that up, it will deploy. Left-handed people do have a little bit easier. Let me see if I can do it left-handed because I'm pretty close to being ambidextrous. Let me zoom out a little bit. See if I cut my finger off, you all can see. But yeah, you see, I can. It's a little bit easier to open left-handed, and I'm kind of lucky in that I'm dexterous with my left hand, and I can do that. And it is much easier to deploy left-handed because you're not pushing down on the frame lock. But if you're right-handed and you got this knife and you just want to kick a puppy because you can't get the thing open, you are not alone. This knife was very frustrating. The first one I had, I didn't realize that flaw, and it drove me insane that I could not open this knife. And what good is a knife if you can't? And I'm still having trouble. But if I swing it, whatever, okay, maybe I lied. There you go. So if you push it up like that, it will really help. For whatever reason, the way this knife is designed, it will open. This knife is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous knife, and I love the Tanto. I thought it looked good in the clip point, and I think it looks even better in the Tanto. It looks more tactical, or whatever you want to call it. And again, the fit and finish on this is just amazing. When this knife is open and when it's closed, it has no equal. This is just a fantastic knife. This is like if this knife functioned the way I think that Tony Marfione and his crew wanted it to, this would be a $500 knife. But unfortunately, the way it's functioning, this is a gas station knife. Let me back this thing up. This is a gas station knife I bought in Kansas City 20 plus years ago. Thumb studs. Super easy to deploy. No effort at all. Just look at that. Does it swing open? No, it's not on bearings. This thing's ancient. It's probably on plastic washers that have given out a long time ago. But one thing this knife will do for literally $5 that this knife won't do for now $250, it was $350, is open effortlessly. With literally, it takes nothing to get this knife open. It's, and that's the way thumb studs are supposed to deploy. Here's one. This one it's a terrible, cheap knife I'll be reviewing later from China. $10 knife. Just god-awful monstrosity. Look at where the thumb studs are in the blade. Might as well just put them right in the middle of the blade. Why not? But again, $10 knife. You know what you can do? You can open it with no effort. It just breaks detent and opens right up. Insane. Look at here. This is a Stivian knife. I don't think I've reviewed this yet. I'm going to do a review of it. Again, this knife is I think it was 1995 when I bought it. Thumb studs. D2 steel. We all know how I feel about that if you've watched my channel. Raw G10. Watch this. Look at that. I just opened that knife. That $20 knife. I was able to get it open with absolutely zero effort. It took nothing to get that open. Every single time. And the way I get it open is not by pushing this up, it's by pushing it out. You want to push it out and then it breaks detent, and then now momentum will carry it open. This knife will not do that. This knife, for whatever reason, well, I don't know if this is a problem with the Microtech design, which I doubt, because I mean, this is based on the SOCOM, a knife that's been around. I literally have a SOCOM that I will show in one of my newer videos. That's a 2001. It's a 25-year-old knife. So I mean, Microtech knows how to make a knife that opens. But I don't know if Reich dropped the ball on this, if Microtech dropped the ball. I don't know how this, these knives are manufactured in China. I don't know how this came to, the States and nobody did anything about it. I mean, I guess that explains why it's discontinued, which is a shame because, like I said before, this is one of the most attractive knives, if not the most attractive knife that I own. And there's another huge issue with this knife, that this is the one that drives me even more insane because, once it's open, this knife, and I don't know if it's the heat treat, I don't know if it's the grind at the factory, this knife, it won't cut. I have tried to work with this blade. This is M390 steel. This isn't even the M390 MK. This is straight up Bowler M390. And I can't get this thing sharp. And I know I'm not a master sharpener, but I mean, this thing that's a basic, for Microtech standards, that's a dull knife. For my standards, that's a dull knife. And I've tried sharpening this thing. I'm going to try again, and then I might just have to send it into Microtech and see if they can't do something with the edge because that's ridiculous. I mean, here again to contrast, here's a $20 Styvian knife straight out of China, D2 steel. Now I sharpen this knife, not a problem. $20 knife. Like butter, just right through there, not an issue at all. That's what a knife's supposed to do. $20, $250, and you can't do that. And it's, in my opinion, it's unacceptable. Now, I am not somebody who likes to talk bad about knives. I love knives. That's why I have this channel, is because of my love of knives. I love Microtech knives. I have, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. I think I have 4 currently. 4 Microtechs, and I love them. They're awesome. And of all the knives shapes that Microtech makes, I like the SOCOM the most. And the best thing about this Mini is that the SOCOM itself it's a big knife. It's a big like 4-inch blade monster, which, that's okay, but in my old age, I much rather carry smaller knives. If I take this out of my pocket, my coworkers aren't going to go running for the hills or anything. And this knife is just stunning. Everything about this design is amazing. If I can get it open. There we go. I love this blade shape. I love this whatever weird little fuller thing in here. I love how the top of this knife, the top of the spine, how that looks. The jimping is fantastic. I love how they treated the backspacer on this. Look at that backspacer. It's a work of art. Even the clip is a work of art. I mean, everything about this knife is gorgeous. It is absolutely fantastic. And it is an absolute tragedy that this knife won't open or cut, which is the main function of a knife. That's exactly what you look. Take a look at this guy. Let's get it up there. It's gonna move. Look at that. Look at that gorgeousness. I honestly don't think I own a knife that is more attractive than this knife. This knife is it is a absolute knockout. It just doesn't knife. It might as well be a toy model because it's non-functional. It won't cut. It won't open. You got a knife that won't deploy. It's on bearings. It's relatively smooth, but I mean, I can feel it grinding. I mean, it's something on here. Everything's grinding on itself. I mean, this is just, it's unacceptable. For $250, which is what this was on sale. For $350, there's absolutely no way. For $50, I want a knife that will do knife things, and unfortunately, this knife will not do knife things. So I will open it back up. You already saw that it will not cut. I'll do some quick knife comparisons, some size comparisons. Here, let's compare it to this knife, a Microtech LUDT, which guess what? Obviously, it will deploy. You just saw it. And this knife is also a fantastic freaking knife. And this knife is this is not me. That is what I expect from a Microtech. That is factory knife. That's much better edge than I can put on a knife. Whenever they do it, whenever they sharpen knives in Florida, where Microtech is based, these cats know how to grind an edge. I mean, this knife it's one of my sharpest factory edge knives. What else we got here? Let's throw some stuff out here. How about here's a paramilitary 2 S90V. Look at that bad boy. Let's move this stuff up so you can actually see it. So you get an idea. I mean, this is a perfect size for me. I mean, the LUDT, which is significantly smaller than the full-size SOCOM Elite, which this is also, for me, a really good size. I really like this size knife. I think this is much better, particularly if you're going to carry this as a gentleman's knife, and I think this is a great gentleman's knife. I think that's exactly what this knife is meant to be. But unfortunately, and you know, I don't know that I've ever done, I guess I've done like maybe 1 or 2 really bad or, you know, negative reviews. But this knife needs, first of all, I want them to put this knife back into production because it's an amazing knife. Secondly, I want them to make this knife in the United States. I want them to try again. Please, Microtech, please make this knife again. Keep everything exactly the same, except make it work. Make it so you can tell that there are bearings in there and this thing will just swing open. I mean, a freaking Kaiser knife will just run circles around this as far as the action goes. This thing is, I mean, a Kaiser is drop. You get a Kaiser like I can't even think of the name of it now. Where are you at, Kaiser? I got you in here. The Militaw. You take a Militaw, you open that sucker up. When you start to close this Militaw, you can tell that this thing's on bearings because it just drops shut. It's a freaking guillotine, you know. And when you get to like right there, it's done. This knife should do that. That's you got to shake the crap out of it and then it'll shut. It's a fail. This knife it's an absolute fail, and I want this knife to be a winner. And I know it's a discontinued knife, but I really, really want Microtech to redo this knife, bring it back, get it up to spec, because this knife is the potential here is. It's like learn how to split the atom. I mean, this is like next level knife making stuff, and it just falls flat on its face, and it's an absolute tragedy. So anyway, just want to get that out of my system. Again, you know, this is a knife with all the potential in the world. It's one of the best looking knives I've ever seen, and it's a total dud. And I would tell you that if you want to get one, you know, only get one if you know you're going to tinker with it, because this thing you're going to be disappointed when you get it. With most aspects of it, anyway. I mean, if you buy it to just keep it in your collection and never use it, then it's perfect. It's great because that's how useful it is. You know, if it won't cut and it won't open, what other purpose does it serve? So, anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. I mean, again. Beautiful knife, completely non-functional. I would not recommend you get this knife. There are some available. They're not just at Blade HQ, which I love Blade HQ. Highly recommend them. My new 15V Mannix is on the way. Thank you, Blade HQ. I paid for it, but thank you guys for what you do. And it's available to other places, but just buyer beware, because if you get this knife, it's a project. It is not going to be what you want it to be, unfortunately, which is really sad, because what it could be is one of the best knives available. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Maybe doing a knife giveaway soon. I don't know how to do the logistics of that, but I'll be figuring that out soon. But just want to get this out there for you guys. Thank you all for holding the line and staying subscribed. Love you guys, and I will talk to y'all soon. Thank you.